It's time to brag, be rich and generous. Brag Radio is hosted by best-selling real estate investing author Larry Goins and co-host Kandas. For the next hour, they'll show you proven and effective ways you can be successful in real estate. From the WBT studios, the flagship station of the Brag Radio Network, here are your hosts, the rock stars of real estate, Larry and Kandas.
Hola, hello. How you doing? I'm good. How about yourself?
I started to say I'm good. How about you?
No, you didn't.
I did.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I'm glad I waited.
Oh, no, you didn't. All right.
Scary when we sound alike and say the same things.
It really is, isn't it?
It terrifies me.
I wasn't going to go that far.
I have night terrors about repeating your everything, Larryisms and the trainings and everything.
You know, I love it when people start repeating my lines. I even teach like my cousin's kids to say stuff, and then when they start saying it,
you
I'm
love
like,
to hear yourself talk. When other people talk like you,
I taught her that.
It's very scary for me.
I love that, but most of them are good. You got to admit,
most of them are good.
Yeah, I got a few Candaceisms written down too.
Yeah, but I don't hear
most
them
of yours
frequently.
are just words that you don't really know what they mean.
That's not true. I know exactly what they mean. And I use them in the correct context.
I even got some for your mom.
I believe
Teresa, right? I heard her tell your girls one day in the office, "Girls, are you being have?" I'm like, what the heck is that? It's behaving.
But they knew what she meant.
Are you being have?
They knew exactly what she meant.
That's hilarious. All right, we won't go into the Candaceisms today yet.
Thanks.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk all about the power of a mastermind.
How about we start with, it's not nice to steal people's signs.
What, did you put them in somebody's yard?
No.
You're talking about the bandit signs.
Yes.
Right?
I don't put them in people's yards, even at intersections. If your yard comes up to an intersection and there's a stop sign in your yard, but I can tell that you maintain that little corner, I'm not going to put a sign there.
So you're complaining that your signs are being stolen?
My signs that I'm putting out are being picked up, yes.
What kind of signs?
The Gabby Bias signs.
No. What kind of signs are those?
Bandit signs.
Bandit signs.
Right.
There's a reason they're called bandit signs.
But here's my thing. If it was, we would have gotten a call from like the county or something if it was against the county.
Right.
But we're not. They're just being taken.
And we don't put them in areas where they're not allowed. Or if we do, if we find out, we send somebody out to go pick them up.
Right. So it's not the county that has a problem with it. It's a person.
So you're putting the signs out to buy houses.
Yep.
And they're getting stolen.
Somebody is taking them. Now, I would love to think that somebody is taking them because maybe they don't have a smartphone. They don't have a camera on their phone, so they need to take the sign home with them to be able to call us later.
I doubt that's happening.
I said I would like to hope. However, they're disappearing at an alarming rate.
Wow.
Where I put them out, and I know where I put them out because we have Simple Crew, and I know I travel the roads that I put them out on. So whoever's doing that.
Can we put a chip in them?
I don't think so.
Like a dog or cat.
Wouldn't that be funny? Like, I show up at somebody's house. So I think you got like 3 of my signs here. Can I get those back, please?
I need my sign back, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can't put a chip in it, but Kandas mentioned an app that we use called Simple Crew.
Right.
Simplecrew.com. If we pay someone to go put signs out, then what happens is when they go put them out.
And I don't get paid to put them out, by the way.
Have you requested payment yet?
No, it's just part of what I do.
No, but did anyone ask you to put signs out for free?
No.
Okay, there you have it. You know what to do to get paid.
Yeah, we'll wait till
all you got to do is submit an invoice. That's it.
No, we'll wait till a house
Get her done.
I don't want to do $1 sign. I want the commission on the property that comes in.
There you go. See, we pay people 2 different ways. You either get a commission when we buy a property, or we'll give you $1 per sign. And most people can go put out about, I don't know, it takes them, a few hours or something to put out 100 signs, right?
Yeah, most people can put out 100 in 3 hours or so, 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, you're talking $20, $30 an hour, right? So it's not bad. I mean, you're using your own car, but, put some out on the way to Walmart, on the way to school, on the way to the grocery store, right? That's all you got to do.
But don't pick people's up.
Yeah.
One of my signs, one of these signs, this is really like a pet peeve of mine, obviously, as you guys can tell. One of my signs was up on a bank. Had to go through briars to get up on top of this bank to put it up there where it was visible by two different streets in the intersection.
You had to go through what?
Briars. Stickers. You had to go through those to get it up on this bank. Perfect location. Could see it from two different intersections when you came up, from two different roads when you came up to this intersection.
It was strategically placed.
Somebody went through the same amount of trouble to take it down as I went to put it up.
Wow. That's crazy. That's
mean.
crazy.
It's mean is what it is.
So you want me to tell you how to stop them from taking your signs up?
Oh, I got an idea, but you go right ahead.
Yeah.
It's your idea, so you tell everybody. I'll let you have it.
Well, you can tell them if you want to.
Go ahead.
So here's the way you prevent somebody from taking your signs, okay?
Or at least slow them down.
Well, they'll get one, all right? They'll take one. All you got to do is spray your sign with WD-40 on the front and back, and the first one they pick up, they're going to go, ew. I'm not getting any more of those signs.
I'm gonna take the sign stapler thing for the thing.
It's called a hammer tacker.
Hammer tacker.
That's what it's called. That's what it's called.
And
I used to
make
install
up
carpet.
words. I make up words. Anyway, this one is on a long pole because I want this sign up like 10 feet on that power pole that's right there at that same bank.
All you got to do is pull your car up to the telephone pole and stand on the hood.
No. It's on a bank. I'm not driving up there in my car.
That's funny. We do make this thing called a sign hammer. And
that's what I want to take.
It's really just an 1.5 inch piece of PVC 5 feet long. And then you put the hammer tacker in the end of it.
Hammer tacker.
That's what you call it. Okay.
I like that word. Hammer tacker.
I'm sure
where can we use that? We need to use that somewhere else.
You've never heard that term before?
No.
I've been in the construction business for years.
You have never said that word.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway.
Hammer tacker. Hammer tacker.
We're always figuring out ways to make up words, like right? And names for people.
Yeah.
Like Dan sold the last 2 houses Dan sold. He offered them at a discount.
Yeah.
And somebody started calling him Discount Dan.
Discount Dan.
And then somebody said Cheap Dan, and I started calling him Cheapy D. Yo, Cheapy D, you sell that house yet? Cheapy D.
He's so funny about it, too.
I'm never taking a discount again.
I'm not answering to that, and I'm never taking a discount again. He won't respond to you either. He won't even look at you.
No. Hey, Cheapy D. I love that name. But
he should change his name thing on this door while he's gone.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna text. Well, Corn won't do it today. But
he's out looking at houses too.
While he's gone to look at houses,
over the weekend.
Maybe
we're gonna change his name to Cheapy D.
Maybe you can do it Monday before he gets there.
Yeah. We need to get some kind of a new picture or something. So that's funny. So
this is a real estate show. And those signs I'm talking about were bandit signs, real estate signs. Don't pick up my signs.
That's right. And you can use an app called Simple Crew. Simple Crew. When we come back, we're going to talk about the power of
about nothing in this segment.
I know, right? We're going to talk about the power of a mastermind because we're in a couple of masterminds and we actually just got back from one of the meetings.
Right.
And I wanted to share a few things that we learned while we were there. And it's very, very, very important. So in the meantime, before the break, call Kandas, right, Kandas?
Yes, call me, 877-LARRY-GO to request your investor's kit. We can get the digital kit out to your email, or I can get a physical kit prepared for you. Come by the office if you're able to do that and take a tour and meet everybody. You can give me a call with questions about the kit, about our upcoming 3-day events, about our mentoring programs, anything and everything like that. You can also text the word BRAG to 803-897-6063. 803-897-6063. Text the word brag to that, and the digital kit will be sent right out to your email. We will be right back. Welcome back to Brag Radio. Oh, you only had a second to do your air guitar there.
I know, right? I was taking notes.
Poor little thing.
I know. So, you've been talking about bandit signs.
I've been on the soapbox for a whole segment. I know. I realize that. It's just, I don't know why it's bothering me so bad. I've put out signs before, and it's really just one sign that's aggravating the crap out of me that they took.
That's funny.
But
it's funny to me.
It is what it is. There'll be another one there in a few days. So,
well, you know, Kandas, we get a lot of people that I know you've told me this before, that you get a lot of people that call you or message in or text, you know, brag to 803-897-6063 to get the investor's kit. So
what is that about?
It was because you put your hand over the number in the middle of me saying it.
I'm taking notes too. And you don't have that. I was looking at the number. You don't have that memorized.
Yeah, right. I will from now on, though. You can believe that.
I doubt it.
So anyway, I know you've told me you get a lot of people that, you know, are like, they're just getting started in real estate, and some are experienced, some are full-time investors or whatever, but just getting started. And, you know, a lot of people ask me as well, you know, what's the biggest challenge? What's the single biggest thing you need to be able to get into real estate, right? Well, there's two things that you need to become successful in real estate. Number one is money, and number two is deal flow, right? There's a lot of people out there that have money that they either don't have deal flow, meaning they don't have a fresh supply of good deals coming in, right? Because let's face it, it's a lot of work getting a deal at a deep discount, right, Kandas?
That's right.
It is. I mean, we put in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of offers to get that one gem of a deal at a deep, deep discount, and then we add a little bit to it, usually about 10 or 15,000, and then we pass it along to somebody else. It's called wholesaling, right? Or as I like to call it, real estate day trading, right? So you do have to make a lot of offers. You have to have deal flow, but you also have to have money, right? Now, if you got money and no deal flow, your money's just sitting there idle. And if you have deal flow but no money, you know, you can't close a deal.
Right.
Right? So those two things, when you put them together, somebody that has money that doesn't want to have to do a lot of work and somebody that has deal flow and they don't have money, that is a match made in heaven right there, baby.
I want you guys to think about something too, right quick, because a lot of people, when we say that you need to have money and you need to have deal flow, a lot of people will just automatically just take themselves out of the running. I don't have any money. I can't do this. I don't have any money. He did not say, nor do we ever say, that it has to be your money. Sometimes with the way that we're brought up, you know, the way that we're just raised in different circumstances that have happened in our lives, we hear what's said and we take it as a literal without kind of thinking outside the box. Somebody asks you to jump out of a plane, automatically say yes, then get the conditions. I mean, you could say it could be a plane that's perfectly still, sitting on a runway. I'll give you $100,000 to jump out of a plane. Will you do it? I got some conditions. You know, it could be just sitting right there.
That's a weird analogy right there.
Well, all I'm thinking is like, there's so much stuff that people automatically just take themselves out of the running for without getting more information about it, without even asking a question. Oh, he said I had to have money. Okay, I don't have any money. I'm out. But that's not the case. It doesn't have to be your money. It is a weird analogy, but it works for me.
But it works. It works. So you got to have deal flow and you got to have money, but it doesn't have to be your money. There's many, many, many ways to close and fund on a deal without any of your own money. You can do assignments. You can do assignment of beneficial interest using a trust. You can create a corporation or LLC and sell the shares.
And we go through all this stuff at our 3-day events too.
We do. And there's so many. In fact, in the book, I talk about them. Just in the book that they can get by calling you, right?
That's right.
So, there's many ways to close and fund on a deal using OPM or other people's money, right? Listen, I've seen people bought houses on credit cards, do assignments. You don't even need any money. There's so many different ways to do deals. But, you know, a lot of people are scared because, and they use that as an excuse. You know, it's kind of funny when I go to a RIA meeting, okay? when I go to a Real Estate Investors Association meeting, one of the things I ask people, because I've had many people come up to me, you know, hey, I want to get started, but I don't have any money. I'm broke. I don't have any money. One of the things I ask when I'm in front of the group, I say, listen, if somebody brought you a deal that they were buying for 40 and they had a buyer lined up for 50, where there's a $10,000 profit, who would loan them that $40,000 to be able to buy the property so they could collect the $50,000 the following day, right? And for say 20% of the profit, for a couple $1,000s. And how many people would do that deal, loan the $40,000, and you have $40,000 right now sitting in the checking account? And I say, raise your hand. And then I say, keep them up, keep them up. Everybody else in the room, if you're broke, look around. Those are your private money lenders right there. They're sitting right beside you. They're right here, and they've already said they would do it. I've already done it for you. So do not ever use the excuse, I don't have any money. I'm broke.
Right.
I can't afford it. Right? Am I right?
I wasn't expecting song to come out of that, but good job with working that in.
Afford it. I wasn't either. But anyway, so don't let the money issue bother you, okay? Because there's plenty ways to do that. But, you know, I wish when I got started, I wish there were, you know, coaches and mentors and masterminds, because I've been doing real estate 30 plus years, right? Mm-hmm. I bought my first house in 1986, like 32-ish years ago.
Something like that.
Right? So, and it was a FHA non-qualifying assumable loan. Right?
It was a very long title.
Well, that's exactly what it used to be able to assume FHA loans. If somebody had a house that they'd got an FHA loan when they bought it, you could assume that loan without qualifying. And that's long gone though. But guys, here's something I want to share with you, okay?
Share it.
A lot of people want to know, what's the shortcut? What's the shortcut to real estate? What is the shortcut, right? Just give me the shortcut. The best shortcut to real estate, right? Here's the absolute best shortcut to real estate is, right? The quickest path to success in real estate is the day you realize there is no shortcut, right?
Powerful stuff.
The day
Mr.
you
Goins.
realize that there is no shortcut. And there isn't. There isn't. Let me tell you something, guys. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be doing it, right? And I'm a firm believer in education. Yes, we sell education, but we buy a lot of it too, don't we?
Yeah.
Even though, you know, we've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, probably over 1,000 deals by now, I still invest in our own education. I invest in education for our team, our people at our organization. We have morning meetings and we talk about education. You know, I try to read a book a week.
We get some type of education every morning, even if it's from the book of Second Opinions.
And when we come back, I'm going to tell you exactly what that book is all about, right?
That book of Second Opinions is a powerful thing.
It really is. In fact, I've got a couple of them.
A couple of books of them, I know. We got volume 1, we've got volume 2, we've got volume 3.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got quite a few of them. And I also want to share a little bit about some masterminds that we're in that I said I was going to do at the beginning of this.
I know.
But give Kandas a call. She's got a free copy of 2 of my books, HUD Homes Half Off, How to Buy HUD Houses for Pennies on the Dollar, and Getting Started in Real Estate Day Trading, How to Buy and Sell a House the Same Day Using the Internet. We've done deals in 12 different states, and she'll tell you how to get it.
877-LARRY-GO. We'll get you the digital kit. You can give me a call. I'll send it out to your email. Or if you're close enough to the office, I can have a physical kit ready for you to come by and pick up and take a tour, meet everybody, all that good stuff. 877-LARRY-GO to talk to me, or you could text the word BRAG to 803-897-6063. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Brag Radio, leading the world to be rich and most generous.
Yes, we are.
Exactly. We're teaching you how to invest in real estate and then go out and be generous with your blessings and help others and do some good in this cruel world.
Cruel world?
Well, in this world. How about that? Is that better? Is that more gooder? So, what did I say we were going to talk about when we came back? Mastermind stuff? Guys, masterminds are extremely, extremely important, right? The great thing about having a mastermind or being in a mastermind is you have like-minded people that all have the same goals, right? They have the same goals. They want to accomplish the same thing, and they give feedback to each other. Like and we're in multiple, we have our own mastermind, and we do have a couple of openings. Not many, but we have a couple of openings.
Yeah, our first meeting for this year is in May.
Okay.
And we have a few spots for that one left.
Good. So, anyway, a mastermind is typically for someone who's already experienced.
That's
right?
one of our qualifications.
That is one of our qualifications. You need to be doing about 20 deals a year.
Real estate
right?
full-time.
So our mastermind is for experienced investor. But, the cool thing about the way we do it is, and I haven't seen any of the other educators do this. I mean, that's okay. But one of the cool things that we do is, we'll coach and mentor somebody, even if they've never closed a deal, could barely spell real estate when they met us, right? And we'll coach them and mentor them and get them up, and they work their way up the ladder until they are eventually qualified to be in our mastermind.
That's
right?
the purpose is to be, bragging in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Is the name? Our mastermind name is the Hall of Fame, and the purpose, or what we try to get them to with our mentoring programs, is to be able to, or at the point of bragging in the Hall of Fame. Right.
To be in the Inner Circle Hall of Fame, right? So that's really good. But I want to talk a little bit about one of our masterminds. We have a couple of masterminds that you and I are in, and one of them has to do with specifically about real estate. And another one has to do with about your personal vision, right?
Right.
So I want to talk about the real estate one, and maybe Kandas will talk a little bit about the personal one.
Maybe.
But
maybe.
Maybe. So one of the masterminds that we're in, the real estate mastermind, it's really the top players in the United States, right? It's the top leaders in the industry. There's guys out there doing anywhere from 100 deals to over 1,000 deals a year in real estate. There's hard money lenders. There's people who own thousands and thousands of units, buy multifamily. They develop shopping centers. These are major players, right? And the cool thing about a mastermind, and we run ours very similar to this, is everybody comes with a presentation, right?
Yep.
Comes with a presentation. What am I going to give? What am I going to share? Because the purpose of a mastermind is not just for one person up front to be the speaker and teaching and then everybody else to be listening. The purpose of a mastermind is for everybody to give and share, right? And then everybody to get help and receive help, right? So the cool thing about the way we do it is everybody comes with a presentation. Here's my share. Here's my give. It might be something along the lines of, well, here's some ways you can grow a small retirement account in real estate, right? Say you only have $500. There's many different ways that you can do that and grow that retirement account. This is what I want to share with everybody, right? Or maybe here's my experience with working with VAs, or here's the way we train our VAs, or here's the way we hire people. Here's our hiring model, or whatever it is, right? Here's the way we do multifamily. Here's the way we raise our private money. Here's the way we make MLS offers. Here's the way we automate our business. Whatever that give is, that share, right? And then, they're talking about that for a little while. Everybody gets about 30 minutes-ish.
To share.
Right? To share. And then, okay, here's what I need help with. I need help hiring a VA. I need help, systemizing my Podio or setting up a CRM, or I need help with marketing, or I need help with keeping track of my marketing numbers, or whatever it is, right? Here's what I need help with. Doesn't really matter what it is, but you can ask anything you want to, any question you want. And the cool thing about masterminds is everybody checks their ego at the door, right?
Right. It's not, I was thinking that a while ago. It's not like everybody's clawing after the same business and nobody wants to share their big top secret or anything like that. The room is, the ones that we've are in anyway, are very, very open. And it's like, hey, if this is working for me, it might work for you, is more of the attitude than it is like, oh, I'm going to keep this all to myself because this is working, so well. I don't want anybody else to do it. And it's a fresh change.
That's true.
Thanks, Larry.
For what?
Hopping in and confirming.
I'm just playing Kandas over here. I'm giving short 1 and 2 word responses.
You're so
yes,
funny.
Larry.
You can't pull it off.
Sure, Larry. Yes, Larry. Yeah, but I love being in masterminds because you're at a whole nother level when you're in a mastermind.
All right. So there's one downside to masterminds.
Time.
Okay, there's 2. One is time. 2 is I'm an integrator. And typically masterminds are full of visionaries.
Explain that.
Okay. Integrators are doers. Integrators are the ones that balance the dreams with reality, right?
And visionaries aren't.
Visionaries aren't. Visionaries don't have a lot of balancing skills. They need an integrator to help push things through. They're really good with the vision. They're not as great with the details.
Like
right?
Steve Jobs, the visionary, Wozniak was the integrator. Right.
Right. So and for me, these rooms are so full of visionaries. And not only does my OCD start kicking in when somebody's going over their time and, we've got to get through a bunch more people, but when we go, you're the visionary, you're like, oh, I like this. Oh, I like this part. Oh, I wonder if we can do that. You come back or you start talking to me about all these ideas that you get at these masterminds from all these other people, and I have to balance that stuff. So as a visionary, though, I can see where... And I have a respect for the atmosphere. It's a bunch of Imagineers, right? More or less.
Like
Walt. Like Disney.
Well, see, Walt was the visionary, but who was the integrator?
His brother.
Roy.
I always want to call him Bob for
Brother
some
Roy.
reason.
Brother Roy.
But,
right? But see, Kandas, I'm going to tell you something about you, and I've said this many, many, many times. You are an integrator with visionary tendencies.
That's what you say. That's what you say. But so being in a room like that feeds what visionaries need. They need that creativity, that time to just be creative without an integrator saying, well, we can't do that
Throwing
right now.
Throwing a wet blanket on their ideas.
A wet blanket?
On their ideas.
A wet blanket's a little harsh, but it's not, But they do need that time to just be creative and throw anything and everything against the wall and see what all kinds of ideas can come out. And because you guys feed off of each other when we're in that atmosphere, one person will say, oh, I like that, but what if you do this a little bit different? Oh, if you do these steps in that'll make that work a lot better, and you'll get this outcome,
Exactly.
It's phenomenal, the energy that's created when you guys start doing that stuff. And it's not anything that an integrator should want to stifle, but keeping in mind that, okay, when we get back to the office, these are all great. I'm going to have to prioritize what it is he wants done and see if, 1, we have the manpower to pull it off. If 2, we're going to have to push stuff off to make this stuff happen.
Right. And the people at the office, a lot of times they hate it when we go to masterminds because they know when we come back, Larry's going to have all these ideas and Kandas is going to implement about 3 of them right away. Right.
So everything's changing again. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yep. That's exactly right. But guys, find a good mastermind to get in. I mean, we do have a couple seats open with ours, but it's for experienced investors. If you're not an experienced investor, then, we can
get started with some of our education.
We can help you. That's exactly what we do. Call Kandas.
877-LARRY-GO to get the investor's kit. Could be a great start for you. One of my guys will follow up and see how that's going for you. 877-LARRY-GO to get the digital investor's kit out to your email, or I can send or have a physical kit ready for you at the door if you're able to come by for a tour. You can also text the word BRAG to 803-897-6063. Welcome back to Bragg Radio. This is Kandas.
And Larry.
You are not paying attention to me.
I know. You're right. All right.
And on with the show.
That's like yesterday. Every single thing I said in the office, she was giving me a hard time about it.
It was not a hard time.
She wasn't even debating. She was arguing. And I finally said, Kandas, please don't take this the wrong way, but every single thing I say, you argue with me. You know what she said? No, I don't. I said, see what I mean?
That please don't take this the wrong way did not come out of his mouth. It might have been in his head, but that part didn't come out.
Oh,
He's
that
like,
wasn't out loud?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's like, everything I say right now, you're just going to combat, aren't you?
No, I'm not. No,
I'm not. He's like,
you're wrong.
See what you just did there?
See my point?
Yeah, see, we don't just do this on the radio. This is everyday life.
Absolutely. Yo, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right,
He said, you know what else he brought up too, Lynn? He's like, well, we'll be on a plane before long, so, we'll just talk about it then. Apparently, I'm more receptive when we're
She's more open to ideas when she's sitting in first class for some reason.
It's the pressure.
I don't know what it is.
The pressure is taken away.
That's where her
when we're in
visionary
first class.
tendencies come out.
That is when we have some of our best ideas is first class.
That's true. That is true.
We went so far one time as to look for first class fuselage to put in the office, to just go be able to sit in the seats. But I don't think it would work.
To brainstorm.
I need the cabin pressure change.
Apparently.
I need the cabin pressure change of everyday life to be taking the weight off my shoulders so that I can be the visionary tendency type
funny.
person that you see sometimes.
That is funny. That's hilarious. We've been talking about masterminds. We've been talking about coaching and mentoring, and I really wish I would have had somebody that I could call on, that I could ask questions to, just like,
Did you ever look it up? You didn't have a look it up, though, did you? You didn't have a Google to
Google?
look it up, to try to find somebody?
No. Back then, there wasn't Google, right? Google's only been around since Al Gore invented it. Since Al Gore invented the internet.
You're so funny.
So it hasn't been that long. But yeah, I really wish there would have been Real Estate Investors Association and mentors and coaches, because the thing I've found about having a coach or mentor?
What'd you find? Tell us.
It gives you clarity, and it enables you to compress time.
Yeah.
In other words, by having a coach or a mentor or being in a mastermind, if you're at that level yet, it allows you to accomplish in 3 to 6 months what might take 1 to 3 years.
Very true.
Right?
Yep.
You're able to cut through all the red tape and you're able to go straight to. That's like, when people say, well, if I buy this course, is this going to be the only course I'll ever need? Well, no, unless that's all you want to ever learn. I mean, listen, don't be a follower. Don't just follow me and only do what I say. Be a student.
It's a good place to start, but
it is. But learn from
don't
other
let it
people.
be where you end either.
It's like, we had somebody wanted to come to work with us a while back, and they're like, I have a passion for real estate. I've been interested in real estate for 2 years. I really want to work. I said, well, what kind of education have you got? Well, I've watched some YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. You tell me you have a passion, but you've watched a few YouTube videos and that's it. Go get you some
education. In an interview, he does this to somebody.
Yeah. No, this was before the interview, right?
Well, somebody made it through the door, and you did that to them in my office.
Oh, that is true. That is true. I don't know how you got past the phone interview. I don't even know. I must have been off that day. I must have been off my game. Wow. I can't believe you just said that at the same time I did.
Scary.
Anyway. So
having a nightmare again.
So yeah, So anyway, you need to get yourself some education. See, there's a difference between education and implementation.
Huge difference.
People say, well, Larry, I've bought course after course after course. I've bought book after book after book. I've never done anything yet, right? Or here's what gets me. Well, that course don't work. Well, of course it doesn't. You have to work it, right? If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's like I said earlier, the quickest shortcut to success in real estate is the day you realize there is no shortcut.
Right.
You're going to have to do the work, right? The only place you're going to find the only place you're going to find success before work is in the dictionary. You got to work. You got to work it.
Work it, girl.
Work it. Oh, man, that's crazy. So, but listen, before you even start with the real estate, you need to start with your personal vision. What was that Lynn said a minute ago? What was that she said about success or something?
What'd you say?
What was that?
What is your vision of success?
What's your definition of success, right? What is your definition of success, right? Mm-hmm. So, and we have another mastermind that we're actually in that is more under personal development, and it's more on creating a personal vision, right, Kandas?
Well, it's kind of both. It's a leadership mastermind, but it does go into the importance of being able to successfully implement a business vision depends on your personal vision.
Yeah, and one of the things that a lot of the guys have pointed out to me and other people as well in our mastermind is, you're leaning your ladder against this wall, but once you climb it, is that really the wall you wanted to be on, right? In other words, if you're working 60 hours a week or you're traveling so much or you're doing this or doing that, you've got to have that personal vision. So by the time you get there, it's really what you wanted. Right?
Yeah.
It's really what you wanted. So you got to start with that personal vision. And you went through a lot of exercises.
Painful exercises.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's very, very important. You got to ask yourself the questions about, who do you want to be around? Who do you want to spend your time with? If money was no object, what would you be spending your time doing?
What would you do? Right.
What would you be doing with your time? Right? What would you be doing with your time? Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does to me.
What were some of those other things you guys talked about in the personal vision? Write your own obituary.
Yeah,
Right?
we had to write two versions of our eulogy. One was the way it is right now, and one was what you would want people to say.
The way you want it to be.
Yeah, what you would want people to say versus what you think they would say right now. It's pretty powerful when you write it and you start thinking about, what have I really done? What have I really changed?
Right.
Who's going to be, who's going to miss me? Who's going to feel the pain? And so part of that, since I've been back, another part that's kind of driven that home was my daughter and I were in the car the other day, and she said,
"Did you about have a wreck?"
No.
Oh, okay.
She said, "Thanks though for thinking that I'm a terrible driver." She's like, "Mom."
I know.
Oh my God. She says, Mom, we heard the other day in school, we had a teacher tell us that your life is not your own. It belongs to the people that love you. And that was something in her young 13 years that's really impacted her to kind of think about the way that she makes decisions, the people that she's around and things like that. And it rang true for me as well is, what am I leaving? What am I leaving? And the decisions that I'm making, who is going to be better because of those? So, it's something to definitely think about.
That reminds me of, and that was really good that she's that perceptive and thought about that and wanted to talk about it even after she heard.
And at 13, she's usually, with everything else, she's usually not. But this caught her.
That was really good. That reminds me of one of my favorite speakers is Jim Rohn. And Jim Rohn used to have this thing he said, most people say, I'll take care of me. I'll take care of you if you take care of me. That's all wrong. I'll take care of me for you if you'll take care of you for me. Right?
Yep.
That's exactly right. So, guys, we can help you, whether it's a personal vision, life vision, or a business vision. You want to get up and running in real estate. You want to start making money. You want to quit your job. You want to put your kids through college. You want to buy a new house. You want to spend more time with your family. Whatever it is you want to do, we can help you. But call Kandas.
877-LARRY-GO. We can get the investors kit for you. You can also text 803-897-6063 to get the digital version sent out to you as well. Shoot me an email if you have any questions while you are driving and want to get those answered, info@bragradio.com, or you can also check out all past show archives at Bragg Radio.
Tune in again next Saturday for Brag Radio as best-selling real estate investing author Larry Goins and co-host Kandas teach you the latest techniques the pros use to make money in real estate. If you'd like more information about what Larry and Kandas talked about on today's show, would like a free investor's kit, or to schedule a tour of the office, call 877-LARRY-GO. That's 877-527-7946. You can also text the word BRAG to 803-897-6063. It's Brag Radio. Be rich and generous on News Talk 1110 99.3 WBT.
Hammer tiger, hammer tiger, hammer tiger.